Let Go, Chapter 9. Let's see what happened this time. I mean, last time niggas died. No. There was no way I'd be able to sleep. When she hung up the phone like that, I realized for the first time what kind of situation I was in, as well as who the only ally who would support me was. I waited with bated breath for Shion to call back, or calm down and call me back. What would I do if the phone rang while I was sound asleep? No matter how long I waited, however, it never rang. Exhausted, whenever my mind started to wander, I would jolt awake as long as I heard the phone ring. I don't know if that was the right fucking words. I'm just going with it. In the end, I brought the cordless phone with me into my futon and went to sleep with it in my arms. Though, it still didn't amount to anything. Morning came, and by that time, I was pretty sure she wasn't calling back. That was when a fierce drowsiness assailed me. Damn it. This is no time for sleep, Keiichi Maebara. I slapped myself in the face a few times. Yeah, because you're gonna die soon, pal. That's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna work. When I went to the washroom and washed my face, which was something I usually didn't do, that wasn't enough either. So I even brushed my teeth. After that, I was finally wide awake. When Mom saw how strange I was acting, her eyes went wide. What's wrong, Keiichi? Are you going somewhere today? Going somewhere? Yeah, to school. Bro, it's Saturday or something. Nah, okay. Keiichi, you don't look so good today. Do you have a cold? I'm not sick, I just didn't get much sleep. If I space out and start talking nonsense, just humor me. I wonder what kind of nonsense you'll say, I wonder. Now I'm looking forward to it. I felt utterly shattered, and I still hadn't picked myself back up this morning. And for precisely that reason, Rena's honest smile was a sight for sore eyes. Yo, what's up, Keiichi? Rena, good morning. What? Mion, you look like you didn't get much sleep either. Mion had gone home early yesterday with a hangover, but she didn't look too good this morning either. Hey, if I remember correctly, she was out last night looking for something or someone from that random ass like log thing I saw, or like that extra shit I saw. I don't know. Her usual cheeriness was completely buried in shadow. Yeah, I went to bed at like 3. I'm a little tired. 3? Yeah, it's light work. I'm not gonna lie. 3 a.m. I mean, I I've went to sleep at 3 a.m. and I wasn't like dead. I feel like going to sleep at 3, waking up at like 4 or 5 hours. It's the quality of sleep, not the quantity. Okay, you can have like 8-9 hours of shit sleep, bro. Oh yeah, ad, and still be tired. But you can have like 5 hours max of really good sleep, and you won't be tired. Easy. You probably need to read the first volume of a manga. Okay. Interesting. I thought I'm tripping. Hey, now you can't keep staying up late. You probably read the first volume of a manga, though it was interesting. Then read the entire series, didn't you? Thought it was interesting. I'm fucking stupid, bro. I can't read. Damn. I understand. I've done that before. I joked, trying to shake off my sleepiness. I was trying to be considerate. However, neither Mion or Rena smiled, and in fact, they didn't even pay attention. Rena's expression immediately darkened. What? Wait, is this about the mayor? Oh yeah, the mayor. Yeah, that's who it was. He still hasn't been found? Oh, nope. Hey, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You can't find the mayor? Even the classroom, which was normally bursting with bright, joking voices, seemed filled with a different sort of murmur today. Yo, what's up, Sav? Good morning, Keiichi. Have you heard? It looks like something terrible has happened. I don't really know this mayor person, but he's an old guy, right? Couldn't he have just been be wandering around senile? The mayor is certainly not senile. He's a sprightly man. Yeah, sprightly, okay. Who can teach both calligraphy and swordsmanship. He probably got lost somewhere like me. A lost Rika. I want to... Okay. Okay. Getting lost is only cute because children like Rika can do it. A worn-out old man getting lost isn't moe in the slightest. While my mind entertained dumb thoughts like that, our teacher arrived. Everyone rushed to their seats. Yep. Last chapter, 2 people died and the mayor went missing. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The class greeting went normal, but the atmosphere in the room was heavy. Some of you may have already heard, but last night, despite the late hour, the mayor never came home. Is there anyone here who saw the mayor yesterday? 1 or 2 hands went up in silence, and they told her. I just got through an ad. Damn. You can use, I mean, I don't know if you have pop-out picture mode, but you can do that, and it, like, you know, totally not skip the ad. Wink, wink. Twitch, don't, that never happened. I never said that. And they told her about having seen him. None of it seemed like vital information. However, and everyone began whispering amongst themselves. I'm too lazy for all that. Understandable. If anyone has seen the mayor, please tell an adult about it, alright? Yep. But yeah, it's, people have died already, though, so... Yeah. Now then, let's begin class. If I remember correctly, someone, like, clawed out their own neck, and another person got burned alive. Was totally an accident, though. After that, the same old lessons began. The rumors, once quieted, blossomed in flowers again in lunchtime. Yeah, nice. At lunchtime. I could hear a few different conversations. They were mostly related to the mayor's disappearance. Summing them all up, I came out with this. Yesterday evening, the mayor went to a meeting at the Shrine's Assembly Hall. The meeting ended after the sun had fully set and everyone left. Okay. The elder's house was a bit far from the center of Hinamizawa. Damn. But he lived too far away. That's what happened. He just got. It was already late, and Hinamizawa doesn't have a lot of lights outside. Nobody saw the mayor after the meeting. However, because he would have been hungry, he wouldn't have taken any side trips. He would have gone straight home. However, no matter how long his family waited, he never returned. Yeah, buddy got snatched off the road. Let's keep it a buck, bro. Some thought there might have been an accident. I mean, there was an accident, all right, quote unquote. Just like, you know, unreported. Because, you know, why would we talk about that? Ice picked him up. Maybe. They left no stone unturned. They searched from the irrigation channels to the water wells, and even in the rice paddies, but they didn't find him. Of course, there was a limit to how far they could search in the middle of the night. The police were going to wait for daylight, then have the young men of the town help search. If after all that they still didn't find him, they were apparently even going to go looking in the mountains. Even now, at this moment, the adults were probably all searching for them. Buddy's gone. Buddy's gone. Come on. The more they searched in vain, and the more time passed, the only thing that came to mind was the curse. The rumors of Onikakushi, of the demoning away. Had he become this year's sacrifice of Oyashiro-sama's curse, which had recently been occurring every year? I mean, maybe. Or maybe he just got snatched. That scary possibility, which everybody thought about, but nobody could say out loud, was slowly but surely spreading throughout the village. Was he demoned away and offered as a sacrifice to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger? My classmates were whispering to each other about that, and the curse didn't happen this year, so there shouldn't have been any sacrifices. I mean, hey, buddy, you just don't know that 2 people got murdered. I do, though. I do. I'm knowledgeable, and you're not. I, on the other hand, I knew. The curse did happen this year, and there were 2 people that died. Dun dun dun. This may sound strange, but I hadn't exactly thought the elder would be the one to go missing. Yeah. My reason was clear. Shion and I had been a higher priority than him. Yeah, exactly. It's like, buddy probably just making it seem like he got picked up. Or he actually got picked up. I don't know. The 4 of us were thieves that broke the taboo and set foot into the sacred ritual storehouse. If Tomitake and Takano had suffered mysterious deaths, then it should have been mine and Shion's turn next. This time should have been Shion and Mie. I laughed painfully to myself. I'd yelled at Shion over the phone that I didn't want to end up in such a terrifying situation, but now that someone other than me had disappeared, I could only think that I should have been the first to go. Onigafuchi, the bottomless swamp, said to have been the place where they drowned sacrifices long ago. Just as it ran through my thoughts, the villagers must have also considered the swamp. Maybe police divers were plumbing its depths even now. They probably wouldn't find anyone. Not a single missing person had ever been found. They'd always suspected Onigafuchi, but not once have they ever turned up a corpse from it. After all, it was a devilish, bottomless swamp from which no one who sinks can ever return. I could hear someone telling their friend that in the classroom. Now that you mention it, Satoshi, he left around this time last year, didn't he? Huh? Satoshi? I've heard that name before. He was right. He disappeared because of last year's curse. The conversation was happening in the seat next to me, so I could hear it clearly. Didn't we search the whole village like this for Satoshi too? We didn't find him either. What did we decide that was? A demoning away, right? Yeah, I heard he withdrew all his savings and ran away from home. Someone from the police said there was someone who saw him get on the bullet train at Nagoya Station. Ran away, huh? I wasn't that interested in the reason, which seemed understandable in this case. Everyone else who disappeared had their own reasons too. Either way, we're still on the run because they were criminals. Or they were a corpse that couldn't be found. I don't know, buddy. It's not like any of them suddenly disappeared into thin air for no reason. But they disappeared. Someone disappeared whenever the curse took a life, as if by design. They may have had various understandable reasons, but they still disappeared. From that point of view, it really might have been a demoning away this time. The mayor's disappearance was the first such incident without a clear reason behind it. Of course, coming to that realization didn't help to resolve anything. It looks like I messed up the seasoning today. Sorry. Normally, Rena would have devoured her lunch immediately, but today, there was still a ton left. That wasn't because Rena's lunch didn't taste good or anything, though. That isn't the case. Your lunch today is as delicious as always. Sadako dips her chopsticks into Rena's bento box and pulls out bits of food out one after the other. Yes, delicious indeed. Today is particular, in fact. Chomp chomp. Okay. Huh? You know those are pumpkin croquettes, right? Are you okay? Yes. If it's your pumpkin, then it's delicious. Alright. Did Sadako dislike pumpkin? Regardless, she forced herself to smile and shoved more into her mouth. Get to the spooky, scary stuff. Ah, everyone knew. Nobody's lunch tasted very good today. Sadako kept shoveling it down, repeating her remark on how good it was. If it's that good, then I guess I've got to have some too. Sadako's gonna eat it all if we let her. It's just so good. So I would certainly like it if Keishi were to eat some as well. Well, sometimes I have to show my adult generosity, right? Okay, don't hold back on my account. Eat enough for the both of us today. Bruh. She really, really hated pumpkin, didn't she? Aha, the calm before the storm. I could just feel it, bro. That made it all the more touching to see Sadako's own brand of generosity. I grabbed her head and started stroking it. Aha. Sadako, in a somewhat exaggerated fashion, was bawling, tears streaming down her face. Grow up. No way. You'll never grow up if you give away such good food. Rena, you eat too. I only have leftover vegetable stew, but it tastes great after having sat overnight. Yeah, the daikon radish has such a pretty color going through it. Yo, what's up, Shay? How you doing, man? It looks delicious. I guess I'll have some then. Rena reached out with her chopsticks, and at last, the usual lunchtime atmosphere began to return. That was only at our desks, however. The dark tales of Oyashiro-sama's curse, which had reoccurred for 5 years in a row, didn't cease. The whole classroom remained stuck in this somber mood. Oyashiro-sama's curse had happened for 5 years straight. Everyone had wanted the previous year to be the last. What was Oyashiro-sama's curse anyway? They were going to build a dam in Hinamizawa? The people building it were bad? So they were cursed. I would admit that much. Still, the dam project was frozen years ago, wasn't it? So why was the curse stubbornly persisting? I hit myself on the cheeks to perk myself back up. Everyone was trying so hard to brighten the mood. I couldn't go straight back to thinking about the curse like that. I forced the grim story out of my head. Driving Oyashiro-sama's curse out of my thoughts was actually a good idea. In the end, that meant I would also be driving away the most terrifying thought of it all. That I could be the curse's next target. Mion's taking a while, isn't she? How long does it take to wash her hands? Mion had said she was going to wash her hands and left. And she hadn't come back yet. She's probably taking a little afternoon nap somewhere. I think she was pretty late. Oh, she was up pretty late last night, looking for the mayor after all. She smiled wryly, bro, and let out a sigh. Today was no good. However much we tried to lighten the mood, things always came back to the mayor. It was just no good day. It was just no good today. Hell no. I had just transferred here recently, so the shock of a curse happening 5 years running was unimaginably big one. Maybe I do need to appreciate that. When Mion was really little, the mayor would always spoil her. When she was going through her prankster phase, he loved her like his own daughter. Okay. She's told me that often. I see. Mion was in shock too. Someone disappearing at all because of a curse was a very scary thing. If the sacrifice was someone you knew, though, then the shock must be 100 times worse. Sadako, as if she'd come to the same conclusion, bit her lower lip and looked downward. Oh, Rika is taking a while too. Maybe they're taking a nice afternoon nap together. Rika wasn't out that late. As soon as she yawned, everyone gathered around her and started saying good night, good night. All right. Now that she mentioned it, there were a lot of old people rubbing their prayer beads in fervent gratitude towards Rika during the festival too. An image of the indulgent elderly came to mind. Had Rika discovered a way to get herself to be pampered like that? Is there a reason the old people treat Rika like an idol? Is she their ideal image of a granddaughter or something? I don't know anything about that, but I want to see Rika yawning. Bro, chill out. It's probably like, wah. Absolute buffoonery from this lady, bro. I don't personally think it's that cute. It's more like this. Can we go back to being sad? Like, holy shit. Who the fuck wants to see someone yawn? This person. This lady over here, bro. I don't personally think it's that cute, but and she opens her mouth really wide so you can see the back of her throat. Huh? I don't want to see it. I don't want to read any of this. I don't want to read any of this. I don't want to read any of this, bro. This is weird. This is fucking weird, man. This straight fucking weird, bro. Yeah. I finally managed a heartful laugh. Ain't no way, deadass. All right, I'm on duty today, aren't I? I need to go to water the flower garden. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. The garden is right outside the teacher's lounge too, so they can immediately tell if you don't do it right. Oh my god. Uvula. Oh my god, bro. What? I don't understand Rena whatsoever, bro. I don't understand her other when she's not trying to kill me, bro. I understand that because you know she's trying to kill me then. Yep. Rena was squeezing her hands around Sadako's neck and was trying to get a look. Okay, bro. She's a notorious, isn't she? What the fuck is that supposed to mean, bro? Okay. At some point, the classroom had erupted into laughter too. Maybe Rena was doing it on purpose. Even if she wasn't, this nonsense was a welcome sight. Anyway. Just like that. Let's freak ass shit. Exactly, bro. That's why I'm trying to get the fuck out of I'm trying to have this character dip, bro. Get out of here. Let's go over to the flowers while I still have time. Slowly and quietly, lest I destroy the room's newfound peace, I left the classroom. The watering can was hanging up upside down the kitchen. Outside the kitchen. Holy shit. Take your guess, I'm guessing. Okay. This building had originally been an all-male forestry service building, so there was apparently nothing so thoughtful as a garden here before. When they decided to have a school share the space, they built one there as a modest gesture of appreciation. But well, the flower bed, it was a little longer than you would expect. It went all around. It went all over the place. It was so big, one would need to refill the watering can 5 or 6 times to get it all done. What the fuck? Okay. I was doing this together with a kid who was also thankfully on day duty today. She was the lowest grade though, and a full size smaller than even Rika. Damn. This is like one of them schools that has like every like fucking possible grade. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. I couldn't make a kid who would struggle just to lift a full watering can help me with this. That's so not a realistic problem in any way. Get a fucking dead ass. But I mean, I guess they're inside, you know? I guess like they're inside the building. But no, wait. No, it has to be outside. It wouldn't make any sense if it was inside. Yeah, so like that, if it's outside, get a fucking hose. Like, what the fuck? I don't care if it's inside. But I'm just thinking, like, it's most likely outside. It's most likely outside. But I mean, we're still in this fucking hallway. Go outside then. For this, if one was placed on day duty with someone someone one liked, they'd do it all for you. So it'd be cake. No point in blaming her. I give up. I'll just get started. Watering can in hand, just as I was about to leave the building, the old man from the forestry office addressed me. Sonny, there's a vegetable garden behind the warehouse, right? It's all just about dried up. Water that too, would you? Oh, you mean the curry vegetable garden? The one with the potatoes and carrots and other things that are only ingredients for curry? It's definitely the personal garden of our curry-loving teacher, but making students responsible for its upkeep is getting them involved in her personal affairs. I couldn't say that to his face though, so I gave up and decided to carry out my day duties. It is outside, so it's just wet. Hose. The sunlight out front was strong. The great chorus of cicadas was strongly underlining how nothing was different today than yesterday. I passed by the classroom, and I don't know how it happened, but Rena and Sadako were in the middle of a huge melee. While I was gone, the kids had arranged all the desks in a circle, forming a ring. What? The electricity they have an outside faucet. Yeah. I don't get how they don't. But I mean, I guess like this isn't like an accurate representation of like what's actually out, like what we're actually seeing. This is just a picture, you know. Oh well, anyways, everyone was cheering them on. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, or should be. Once school ended, we would need to return to reality, where talk of the elders' disappearance would once again be all over the place. I wanted everyone to forget about everything and have fun. Oh, damn. And just have fun, just like yesterday, if only while they were at school. Well, that's too damn bad. No fun being having here, bro. Because, why would we have fun? In that sense, Sadako's whirling elbow and Rena's backwards flying spin kick made for a pleasant sight. She is not hitting that. Come on. Even if, as a result, they flipped over my desk. That's my pencil box. I'll just let it happen today. I set to work, hastily watering everything, wanting nothing more than to be done as soon as possible. That should do it. No sooner than I thought that then I reemerged that I had to water the teacher's curry garden too. Hold on. No sooner had I thought that then I remember. Okay. That's a weird looking sentence, at least to me. I don't know. That's such a pain. But I have a feeling that I'll come back to bite me if I don't do it. I gave up, filling the can with water once again, and headed behind the warehouse. This is the place students didn't like to go. It was always damp here, and you couldn't discard the possibility of slugs and pill bugs being around. So when I ran across her in a place like this, I was surprised. Whoa. Oh, it's Rika. Don't scare me like that. Rika was just standing there like a puppet devoid of life. I was the only one who was startled here. Rika didn't even seem to react to my appearance. Rika? Finally, she noticed me. Her expression was clearly abnormal. There was red under her eyes, stained with tears and dirt. There were blades of grass. Wow. In her hair too, and her clothes looked as though she'd fallen to the ground. Rika, are you hurt? Did you fall? No, that isn't it. Rika said in the brightest voice she could manage as she rubbed her eyes. She didn't look nowhere near normal though. What happened? You weren't sleeping on the storehouse roof and then fell off or anything, did you? Don't worry about me. I have something I want to ask you, Keiichi. Rika walked over and clung to me. At first I thought she was playing tricks on me. Eventually, however, I realized it was that I wouldn't run from the question she was about to ask. I shuddered. Oh. Well, buddy, you're about to ask me a very, very interesting question, I see. What do you want from me? She looked straight into my eyes. Her upturned eyes bored right into me. It was as though they were trying to pull the answer out of my eyes without actually asking me the question. It was scary, so I averted my eyes from her. Keiichi, did you do something bad at the night of the festival? Uh-oh. How did you know? Because everyone knows, apparently. Oh, shit. My body gave a jolt from its very core. Rika, who was clinging to me, might have felt my shiver. A nervous tingle crawled up from my feet, and after going up my back and freezing my entire body, it made its way into my brain. Keiichi, do you really not remember? My head began to throb. I don't understand anything. Mion asked me, Oishi-san asked me, Shion asked me, and now Rika was asking me. We thought nobody knew about what we did last night, but in fact everyone knew. They all knew, and they came to ask me again and again until I admitted it. When I thought about it, it was pretty clear the whole thing was out in the open. After all, don't Tomitake and Takeno's deaths prove that? Keiichi? How should I respond? I never should have entered the forbidden storehouse, and even though I regretted it so much, was she saying it wasn't enough? However, I had all but decided what I was going to say. I'm not exactly a good kid, you know. I've done a lot of bad things, so I can't remember anything specific. Just as I had with all the others, I evaded the question. Rika stared up at me with innocent eyes. Her eyes were so painful that I had to look away. After a few moments of mutual silence, Rika released me. I'm sorry for asking you something so strange. Please forget about it, she said, smiling her usual smile. Yeah, forget about it, yeah. Okay. Then tap, 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 she went running off, as if nothing had happened. As she retreated in silence, I could feel her accusing me. Rika. If she didn't hear my voice, then I was going to give up. However, she heard it. Rika swiveled around and waited for me to continue. I was the one who had questions now. Still, asking any of them could just be a half-assed way of admitting what I did. Hey, Rika. What is it? If everyone knows anyways, then I should be able to at least ask this, right? Why is everyone asking me about the night of the festival? That evening. Had I done something that wrong? I felt plenty sorry about it, and I only looked anyway. I didn't break anything or steal anything. Really. Still, Tomitake and Takeno, they died so miserably. Since those two had come to such an end, there's obviously no way it would forgive only me. Rika acutely tilted her head in confusion and waited for me to say something. If I were to admit that to what happened that night, though, she might suddenly do a 180 as if flipping a switch. That would make sense. Rika was the Shrine Maiden. She was the least likely to forgive me for breaking the taboo, wasn't she? Upon reflection, wouldn't telling her be more terrifying than telling Mion or Oishi? Rika could just give up and leave, couldn't she? She didn't. She only was quietly waiting for me to say it myself. Say it, Keiichi Maebara. If you really are sorry, then you should say so. Of course, it's normal to hesitate given the crazy way Tomitaki and Takano died. A pulping machine called Chaos was grinding up my brain. The juice wrung out of it turned into a big droplets of sweat, which began to fall. Keiichi. Rika suddenly straightened up, trying to pat me on the head. I don't really understand what you're worried about, Keiichi. I had nothing to say to that. I lowered my head a little so that Rika's palm could reach it. She petted me, kind of like one would pet a cat. Do you know about the big storehouse a little way behind the shrine grounds? It stores the implements we use for rituals. Oh. No. I don't know nothing about that. My brain literally stopped. Rika, though wasn't acting in a coercive way at all. Apparently, on the night of the festival, a cat snuck into the storehouse. A cat? Yes. Well, she knows. It's very obvious. A cat. Meow, meow. Rika knew. She realized I was in fear. I could tell she was desperately trying to choose the right words so that she wouldn't scare me. The cat always wanted to explore inside the storehouse, but I was mean to it and never let it go inside. So on the night of the festival, the cat couldn't hold itself back anymore and went inside. The cat. It was clearly supposed to be Takano. Or wait, was it supposed to be me? Inside, there were actually lots of things that scared the cat. Rika made a cute gesture like a ghost was coming out to frighten me. The cat was both terrified and amazed. Yeah. It ran away as fast as it could. Clatter, clatter, shiver, shiver, meow, meow. It was terrible. This cat. Who are you saying it was? The cat is a cat. Meow, meow. Rika still avoided saying it. The cat, though, was without a doubt me. Rika, please tell me. The cat. What should it do now? Oh, no. Maybe it was a desperate question to ask. Gaslighting at its finest. Exactly, bro. I had sort of admitted to being the cat. The cat is just a cat, so it could just keep meowing and everything will be fine. Yo, what's up, Obscure? Damn, it's been like 472 years since the last time you showed up. What's good, gang? Everything will be fine. That's stupid. Shouldn't it just keep meowing? Jeez, Rika and I have put together an entire conversation using cat as a code word. True. What you been up to, man? I didn't say it directly, but I had already admitted it. You haven't seen bro in like the longest. I didn't want to end up like those two. I didn't want to be a sacrifice like Shion said. That's what I thought. So I stubbornly remained silent. But now, that's enough. It can't just keep meowing. The dog saw the cat, making mischief and sneaking inside. The dog. That's right. It was the dog. It keeps coming to the cat and trying to get it to say that it snuck inside. Just going through life and shit. Bet. I got you. Job in college? What you majoring in? After I said that, Rika's expression clouded over. It better be something interesting. Cybersecurity. Okay. Okay. I'll say that's valid. I'll say that's valid. She was trying to hide it, but I'd already noticed her eyes darkening. Rika. The silence was frightening, so I spurred her on. At that moment, Rika grinned. It's all right. I'll protect the cat. Huh? I thought for a moment that I had misheard those words, so dependably they were. The cat is really scared, but it really isn't that all that bad. Imagine I said art. I would have been like, I might have just banned you, bro. Not gonna lie, if you said art, I would have just banned you, bro. I'm like, get the fuck out my shit. Fuck you majoring on art for, bro. Respectfully. Just do art now, bro. Like, it is so, like, imagine majoring in art, bro. Just take your ass. Yeah, like that ass art, bro. Just start doing porn, bro. Just start drawing porn. People pay a lot for that, bro. At that point, you might as well. You're not getting a regular job, buddy. You're not going to museums and selling your art for like millions of dollars. Just start doing crazy shit online, bro. Just wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up. Freaks Online gonna pay you $20K for the most horrific shit possible, bro. Just do that, bro. Just do that. Oh man. That's crazy. It is crazy, but it's true. But it's true. Don't say I'm wrong, though. It's true. I think all the docs are just misunderstanding. And it's not all that bad. The cat is worrying too much. Food theory up there as well. Fact. Just hop your ass in the kitchen, buddy. Just take your ass. Get your ass an apprenticeship, bro. Start working at these restaurants, bro. And then eventually, you're chilling, bro. It's that easy, bro. Top 10 useless majors, deadass. I just saw that. The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. Rika will do something about it. I don't even know left from right at the moment, so Rika didn't look all that dependable. Yeah. It might be hard, but I'll do my best. Go for it. Yay. She clenched her fist and stuck it in the air. Rika said that the cat can just keep meowing. She said it to leave it to all to her. Is that really all it took to resolve this whole thing? Will you really be all right, Rika? If I don't do my best, then something bad could happen to the dogs too. I had no idea what Rika was talking about anymore. She had been talking to me under the assumption that I was aware of certain things. So at first I understood her. Around the middle, though, I stopped understanding everything. Anything. However, one thing I did know was to not worry and leave it to her. What is this child going to do? About your predicament where people are murdering people. Rika straightened up once more, patted me on the head, and smiled. I was so moved by that reassuring feeling that I couldn't help but start to cry. I remember just being there every day and us doing power scaling battles, and then I just stopped showing up. Deadass, yeah. It's been like, I remember like we were doing Mugen and shit. Yeah, I remember bro folded in seconds. Deadass, he did Sav. But yeah, I remember doing Mugen like every like fucking day or in some shit, bro. I mean, shit happens, yo. I mean, Veli barely be streaming and shit, yeah. Mugen in the wheel, dead ass. Veli don't stream no more much. I mean, bro on the road, he on that trucker grind, buddy. So it makes sense. It makes sense. So a whole lot of nothing going on. He don't even got his Discord no more. I mean, I have my Discord, but I mean, it's more like he don't got the server. No chat for the raw Veli fans, bro. Veli streams dead ass. He streams once on a blue moon. I'm sorry. The cat is really just a little. It was really just a little bit of mischief. It didn't think any of this would. It's too much of a scaredy cat. That's why it would never have it should have never have seen that storehouse. She was right. It was far too shocking for anyone or someone to see based on a little bit of interest alone. That's why they made it so difficult to look at it in the first place, wasn't it? Rika, what will happen to the cat? Two of the cats that snuck in, well, that night I'd heard Tomitaki and Takano's deaths were being kept a secret. Higurashi, huh? Only read like 4. VN 3 being Type Moon. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I don't understand how there's so much of this. And how long they take to get through. That's the only problem, bro. I don't understand how there's so much to go through, bro. Who has time for this? Who had time to write all this? Tomitaki and Takano? I gave a start at the sudden mention of actual names. Though it's weird to do that at this point. You should forget about them. My spine froze again. Forget? Yes. It won't do you any good to remember those two, Keiichi. The more you think about it, the scarier it will get. So you should forget about them as soon as possible. So she said something so enormously terrifying without letting the smile on her face waver at all. Isn't there an anime, or is it like a classic bad VN adaptation? Basically, this came first. Obviously like the visual novel, audio novel, like that shit came first. That came back in like 2000s, and obviously then there's an anime. That like the anime is absolute bad shit. I haven't watched it. That's why I'm playing this. I only know like about like a couple of things, So yeah, I don't know where you heard about it from, but you should just forget about everything. Make your mind as clean as a scrub bathtub. Forget, Rika. Don't you? You know about how those two died. No matter how they died, it has nothing to do with you, Keiichi. Rika declared that in a flat voice. Nothing to do with me. So forget about it. The girl before me, she was innocent and lovable and even seemed trustworthy, but suddenly she took another dimension. Wait, hold on. What did that say? Because I definitely said whatever the fuck that was wrong. Run that back. I'm looking at my stream because I was like, she took on another dimension. Okay. I wasn't entirely incorrect. I'd look up my opera, my actual fucking stream. Don't get involved with their deaths. Just shut up. I'll help you, Keiichi. Those two contradictory statements, twisted and distorted my image of the girl in front of me. Exactly. How is she gonna help me? Why do we keep bringing up more people, buddy? Why? Why are we name dropping? Like, it's dumb. What about Shion? Like, why are we... This is like the same shit. It's like, oh man, they found us. Like, yeah, she knew. But it's just like, you're just gonna rat them anyway? Okay, Keiichi. I see. What'll happen to her? It might have been dangerous to mention Shion's name, but I couldn't stop myself from asking. Rika saw through everything anyway. There was no way I was going to fool her or keep anything from her at this point. The younger of the sister cats? Keiichi a rat. Dead ass. Big ol' rat. Meow. Yeah. The little sister cat. Rika appeared to think upon this for a moment. It was hard for me to endure even this momentary silence. The big sister cat is angry. The little sister cat did something bad, so she's really mad. This shit does help with reading literacy, because I be butchering words I don't even know I could butcher, or words I didn't know exist. Honestly, I just suck at reading anyways, clearly. Based on, like, based on how things are going. Clearly. Clearly some sort of dyslexia or some shit. Like, I don't know. It's just like all that time reading web novels, not web novels, reading web comics, mangas, don't help for shit. Don't help for shit. Yeah. Ads in a minute 30. The big sister cat. That could only mean Mion. The manhwa brain rot. The regression. The dungeons. Cultivation. I recall being questioned by her yesterday. Keiichi, the big sister cat is not in a good mood at all. I think we should leave her alone for a while. Not in a good mood. Those words sent a shiver through me. Mion was mad. She was mad that we entered the ritual store. My only question is, how do they know about it, you know? When the wannabe gangster in class has to read a paragraph and fails to yeah. Good thing I'm not a wannabe gangster. I just suck. 1,000 chapter cultivation manhwas, bro. Who be reading those? A lot of people. A lot of people read those. Hence why Marshall Peak exists. Wasn't like Marshall Peak finished recently? Like it was like 4,000 chapters or whatever. No job, niggas. Unemployed. Dude, like I don't know how they be reading all that, bro. I can barely get through like 100+ chapters. I don't understand. I don't understand. Ads in 12 seconds. Let's stop having club from now on. Huh? Damn, the whole thing? Why? I think we should leave her alone. Rika ended her sentence with such force that I couldn't say anything in response. Hey, Keiichi Maebara. Don't disobey Rika right now. She's the only one who said she'll help me out right now. I'll leave things to her, just as she said. I mean, she even said that the cat just has to keep me out. I'll forget everything. Like she said, I'll leave everything to her. I'll forget everything about Takano and Tomatake and what I did that night. There goes the bell. Just then we heard the bell far away, marking the end of our lunch break. I guess we should go back to class. Keiichi. I just realized the background looks like it is, yeah. It seems like they took a picture and just like added like a couple filters on top of it, you know? I mean, isn't the I think like Hinamizawa or like this like place is like based on somewhere real, but like obviously it's like, you know, then everything else like the story is fictionalized or whatever. But like this is probably like a real place that he like, you know, just artistically interpreted, I guess, or interpreted or something like that. I don't know. That's my guess. As if she had noticed how miserable I was, about to leave everything to her and flee the scene, Rika called out to me to stop me. If the misunderstanding dog comes to try and bite the cat, please tell me, okay? The misunderstanding dog. She put it in such a cute way, but the true meaning behind those words was an eerie one. Who is the misunderstanding dog? The dog that bit the mayor. I don't know why it did that. If it was going to bite anyone, it would have been the trickster cat first. The flow of blood in my body felt like it completely stopped for a moment. So who took out the mayor? Rika had admitted it. The sacrifices that of that terrible calamity, she admitted that if they were to happen again, it would be she on her eye. I see. This, I didn't know what was true about the girl standing before me. My suspicion gave way to fear, and I nearly began to change into anger. Was she a savior who would protect me, or a stranger trying to capture and kill me for the sake of a horrible tradition. I had no idea what was true. I'm sorry. The cat is already scared, and I said something to scare it even more. I'm really sorry. Rika bowed so quickly it looked like her head had been pulled back downward. Still, she was right. I was cowering. I could distinctly feel my body shaking violently. So when Rika reached her hand out to pat me on the head, I pulled away without thinking. I'm so... Rika made a very sad face, but I just couldn't bring myself to put out my head for her again. Hey, yeah, okay. That day, Rika said she wasn't feeling up to club activities that day, so she suggested we not bother. There's always vetoes when someone doesn't feel up to it. Rena and the others seemed really disappointed. The big sister cat is not in a good mood. And I remember Rika's words, and I quietly stole a glance at Mion's expression. If I could forget the way she questioned me yesterday, though, her behavior was the same as always. It always was. Damn. I don't think it's over. I think there's still, like, more. It usually does this, like, twice. Unless... Nope. Okay, it's more. And we back in the crib. After dinner, without the energy to watch TV, I climbed into my futon in my bedroom and let my head be overtaken by gloomy thoughts. I told Rika anything and everything. She had seemed trustworthy at the time, but had that really been the best choice or the right choice? The more I looked back at it, the less I understood what Rika was saying. Not only did she know about Takino and Tometake's death, but she spoke of them as if she were a concerned party. After all this time, in my futon, I began to tremble fiercely. Had I been lured in by Rika's sweet smile and told her things I shouldn't have? I should have continued to feign ignorance. I shouldn't have shown her such a weak side of me. My emotions are a mix of regret and fear, and it colored the darkness of the night with an additional layer of terror. Suddenly, a knock. I might have yelped. That's how surprised I was. Keiichi! I've been calling your name for a while. You have a phone call. It's from Sonozaki. It was Dad. I reached out for the cordless phone through the gap in my door. Sonozaki, which one? The older sister or the younger? I don't know. Ask her yourself. I took the receiver and buried myself in my futon again. Hello? Mion? Or is it Shion? It's me. Shion. Good evening. I practically jumped out of bed. It was Shion who I hoped so desperately would call me back last night. Shion, sorry about that last night. I got all riled up. I heard what sounded like a deep sigh on the other end. You and me are in the same position, aren't we? I shouldn't have blamed you for everything like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so please cheer up. I called you because I'm in a better mood. If you're sorry, then I'll forgive you, so please stop apologizing. Okay. Shion's tone still sounded a little angry, but for the moment, she said she'd forgive me. You're right. We're tied in the same fate. Making sure the other is alright is the only way to guarantee our safety. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely need to share whatever information we have. Oh yeah, let me just like drop the ball that I said, that I basically, buddy fucking, damn the bots, bro. Holy moly, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Ew. Ew, get the fuck out of here. Rat. We don't like your bot kind, bro. Ew. What if it's actually Rika testing if Keiichi will talk? I mean, maybe. Maybe. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh yeah. Just like admit to her that, oh yeah, just like She just, like, he just yapped. He tattled. He's cooked. He's cooked, I think. I agree. I agree. I mean, like, there's, I don't think there's a way he lives at all in this. But yeah, the only question is, does he tell her that, he tattled, he ratted out? So that we don't die like Takano and Tomitake. Or Takano and Tomitake, whatever did. Gulp. I forced myself to swallow a solid drop of saliva. Then, let's continue from where we left off. You'll listen without getting angry this time, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. Firstly, it seems sneaking into the ritual storehouse was more of a taboo than we thought. Takano and Tomitake's miserable ends. Terrible enough that you could call them a warning. They were more than enough to make me believe that. The culprits killed those two, the ones responsible for sullying the storehouse, and they'll come for us next. I know you want to deny that, but please accept it. It'll be too late. It'll be too late to believe me after you've disappeared, okay? I got it. You can never be too careful after all. I don't want to accept it either. To think that sneaking a peek at that museum of torture devices deserves a death like that, I don't want to believe it. That's what a taboo is. For those who honor it, if one breaks the taboo, no matter how small or innocent their intentions were, they wouldn't be forgiven. Let's report anything we noticed that seems strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then just maybe we'll find out who killed them, or maybe even the truth behind the incidents of the previous years. We could find the key that'll resolve everything. You're right. You're right about that. All I was doing was waiting in fear, but Shion had already thought that far ahead. Given how trustworthy she felt, I began embarrassed over how passive I was being. And how that you ratted out everybody. Then I'll start, since I suggested it. I feel like someone has been watching me lately. What? It might be in my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but if you feel like you're being watched too, Keiichi, then maybe it's not just my imagination. Well, don't worry. At the very least, everything's been fine for me, I think. As I spoke with Shion, I thought back on today. I had no grounds to say that everything was fine. I see. Then I suppose it was my imagination, but you be careful too, Keiichi. Be especially careful when you're by yourself in public. I'm in Okinomiya, so I won't be alone very often, but you live in Hinamizawa. There will be a lot of times when you will be alone. Please be extra careful. You're right. Yeah, I'll be careful. Also, about my sister. Has she been acting strange lately? A little strange? Your sister. Oh, Mion, right. What do you mean by acting strange? Well, yesterday, she came to me and asked me where I was on the night of Watanagashi. What? That's what she asked me too. The day before yesterday, I think Mion asked me. I see. I told her I wasn't there. What did you say? I did the same thing. I just dodged the question. Both of us gave a quiet sigh of relief. Ever since the night of the festival, my sister has been acting strangely. We can't be too careful, so just be aware, okay? Mion was acting strangely. Aside from her asking me about the night of the Watanagashi, she hadn't seemed too out of the ordinary. At least from my point of view. Her twin sister, though, was saying she was acting weird. So maybe you just gotta believe her. Maybe. Maybe it was such a slight change that a stranger like me wouldn't be able to notice. Got it. I'll start being careful. I'll always have Rena with me on my way back from school, so I shouldn't end up alone with Mion very often. Please be careful. If there's anything that's bothering you, you can tell me. Alright. Yep, just gonna stay tight-lipped about the fact that he ratted already. Okay, then, is there anything you want to tell me, Keiichi? My turn. That's right, maybe I should report on Oshi asking me the same question at the library. Oh, that time when you were too slow to escape? Yeah. Oishi asked me pretty forcefully whether I was with Takano and Tomitake that night and whether I had seen you. Oishi seemed to have seen the four of us together. From the police's point of view, that would make us the last people who have seen them. I suppose, given that, it's only natural that they'd be interested in us. I evaded the questions then, too, but that might have just made them even more interested. There was no way I could have tricked that old sly fox, Oishi. My troubled countenance, what? Okay. Would have only made him even more... That should be like, oh, whatever. More certain. Hey, Shion, since they're the police, shouldn't we just tell them? I mean, considering our situation, I think having them on our side would be a good thing. But I mean, the police are whack. Dude couldn't trick a child. Exactly. But he gets read like a book by everybody here, pretty much. Shion didn't answer right away. He's just like an open book to these people in this city, bro, for some reason. Or village, I guess. For a few moments, all I could hear was her breathing as she thought about it. Now that I think about it, Oishi said there was something possibly shady about Mion, at least. I think that's what he said. Yeah, he definitely did. As I explained yesterday, the Sonozaki family holds a lot of influence over Hinamizawa. Oishi is under the impression that the whole village, with the Sonozaki family at the center of it all, is responsible for the reoccurrent freak accidents or deaths. The whole village is behind them, with the Sonozaki family at the center. Please, don't get angry like you did yesterday and just listen. I hammered that home before I got too upset. During the Hinamizawa Dam Wars, a priest who everyone was anticipating to lead the anti-dam movement acted as though he were unrelated, so the Sonozaki main house rose up to take charge. My sister told you about all the battles that happened, right? Yeah, all of Hinamizawa got together and fought as one. They held protests, brought it to court, and even appeared on TV. In reality, there were many things that happened that were far more extreme. Under the surface, the Sonozaki families, or Sonozaki main house, was doing all sorts of illegal things to oppose it. They were acting illegally? For example, they would sneak into the construction site in the middle of the night and steal equipment or break it. Or put sugar cubes in the gasoline tanks on the construction vehicles. Alright. Sugar in their gasoline tanks? Why would they... You don't know? It's practically the representative guerrilla tactic. It was used by underground organizations in France in World War II for one. When you put sugar in the in the engine, or when you put sugar in, the engine gets burned out and breaks down. That's pretty bad though, isn't it? It was destruction of property and nothing less. When they beefed up the guard at the construction facility, shit I didn't know. Yeah, she was going crazy, bro. She was going crazy and shit. Just throwing hands. Attacking important construction personnel who worked there. Oh. Yeah, so they went from just like a little pranky pranks to just straight up beating the fuck out of people. The government officials who had given permission to the for the construction, for example, received all kinds of threats. Not just from the prefectural office either. Apparently, this reached as far as the Ministry of Construction. Oh, they did say they got a Sonozaki everywhere, bro. Pretty much. As far as I've heard, they even kidnapped a child once. Hey, yo! They're kidnapping kids for this, bro? They really said this shit is life or death, bro. I mean, I guess it is. It makes sense. If they made that dam, the whole village would be flooded. But it's just like, damn. Kidnapping kids for this, bro. Sheesh. Alright. Kidnap? Yes. The child of an important person in the Ministry of Construction who was in charge of the Hinamizawa Dam was spirited away. Got spirited away. Then one day, all of a sudden, he was rescued in the Takatsudo Mountains, which are upstream from Hinamizawa. Apparently, there were never any criminal accusations, but people whispered that it had been a threat to stop the dam construction from happening. God damn. Besides that, there are stories about so many different threats that I couldn't possibly list them all. That's, wow. That's sort of bad, isn't it? That is very bad. Right in the middle of the whole thing, the first incident happened. That's when the dismemberment of the construction manager occurred. People whispered from that the Sonozaki family had bought out the principal offender, but of course he fled and they still haven't found him. When you put it that way, the Sonozaki family definitely seems suspicious. Oishi even seems to think that the criminal was erased so he wouldn't talk, which is pretty reasonable of him. It's even enough to make me think that the Sonozaki main house is doing some really shady things behind the scenes, even though I'm related to them. Are you telling me to believe that? That the Sonozaki main house where Mion lives has done all those bad things? You're telling me to believe that? Even if you don't, Keiichi, the villagers do. While they oppose the dam in upright and lawful ways, the Sonozaki house did the dirty work for them. Everyone believes that they fought at the front, so they'd take the brunt of the criticism. There you go. So they're respected as sort of heroes of darkness. Ooh. Okay. I think I only really know one part of it. For example, the really bad stuff like the kidnapping, I think only a handful of people even know about that, including Grandma. The Sonozaki family is secretive after all. Secretive, huh? A family so unforthcoming that even Shion, who is related to them, doesn't even know anything about them. The Sonozaki family. Unlike Shion, her older twin, Mion, was deeply involved with everything. And that was not a fun thought to entertain. My sister, though young, was the one who acted as at the center of the illegal resistance movement. Mion was... What do you mean? Well, our dad is a big shot Yakuza. Even when she was young, my sister managed to subjugate a bunch of young street rats. Then she played all sorts of tricks on them and just genuinely got in their way. Mion did that? Now she's pretty laid back, so it might be hard to imagine. Damn, she was really out here in these streets, huh? They put her in charge of everything, from property damage to threats and even acts of violence. Though since she was a kid, they could get her released pretty easily. She learned that at her age, she could be she learned that at her age could be used as a weapon. It may have been indiscreet, but I couldn't help but chuckle dryly. Yeah, all right. She was really a YN out there, bro, in these streets. She was a young nigga out there, bro, going crazy. All right. All right. She may have been young, but she was certainly still Mion. Even back then, she had already been known for her craftiness. Jeez. She was really out here with the shits, bro. I see. It's nothing to laugh about. Please take this seriously. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Shiona gotten pretty angry at me. Well, her delinquency soon got her into a position of authority in the Sonozaki main house. It's not unthinkable that Oishi suspects that for the dismemberment incident, and the later ones too. For a few moments, I was dumbstruck at the tales of Mion's past. She was like that for real, bro. None of them matched the image I had of her. A younger Mion dirtying her hands with all sorts of crimes, giving the dam construction project hell. As a successor, there we go, of the to the Sonozaki main family, she was always right at the center of the vortex of strange incidents occurring every year, or year after year. Was that really the Mion I knew? Maybe the one I know isn't the real Mion. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't bring myself to accept these images of Mion I was hearing from another person. Well, back to the main subject. I just wanted you to know that my sister is someone worth being cautious around. Please be careful. I didn't want to understand. Mion was a fantastic friend. She would never do something to back me into a corner like that. She did in the last chapter, but you don't know that because it didn't happen technically. She did ask me harshly about that night at the festival, but even that, it wasn't like she'd said it in a mean way or anything. All right, I'll make sure to be careful. We're sisters related by blood, but within the Sonozaki family, we're basically of a different class. I want you to recognize how distant they are from me. Please. The more Shion tells me about Mion, the less I understand about Mion. There we go. The Mion I know wasn't a dangerous person. She joked around, smiled a lot, and was full of passion. Now that I realized I held such a view towards her, Shion was telling me to change it, to be careful around the best friend ever, to doubt her. The idea was very sad and painful. Now about Oishi. If you think it's a good idea, then I think we should give him the information he needs. I think getting the police on our side will work in our favor. You thought so too, Shion? It's just that at the moment, like I explained, the police have their eyes on the Sonozaki family already. Oishi in particular completely believes that they're the masterminds behind the serial incidents. That includes me, of course. So I don't really want much to do with Oishi. I see. If Oishi had found out that the Sonozaki family's strife-filled history, then he probably won't be very happy with Shion either. At last, I understood Mion's instinctive dislike for Oishi. Yeah, because they're ops. Technically. It's probably out in the open at this point, but try not to give my name to him. Yeah. If you agree to that, then I don't think there's a problem with you telling him anything. I got it. I won't mention your name. The police's investigative ability should be quite a reliable weapon for us right now. If Oishi tells you anything interesting, then let me know as well. Of course, yeah. We'll share information and investigate together. Who killed Takano and Tomatake? Who was after us? Until we know, we need to defend ourselves. Anything else? Besides what Oishi told you? I mean, if anything else happened, no matter how minor, please tell me. Aside from my discussion with Oishi? Oh. Should I tell her that I revealed everything to Rika? Rika was acting like she knew everything anyways. Something. Yeah. She knew something I didn't. She told me to leave it to her, but what? Oh, that's right. When I was talking to her, she mentioned Shion's name too. I mentioned Shion's name too. Was that a mistake? I felt like Shion would get angry. Nothing else? Keiji? I'd remained quiet for a little while, so Shion encouraged me to speak, unable to bear the silence. As I struggled with what to say, Shion addressed me instead. It doesn't sound like it, so can I ask you something? I just heard this myself. Is it true that old man Kimiyoshi? Oh, it's Kimiyoshi, the guy on the phone. Huh. Interesting. That was the guy that called you last night. The old man Kimiyoshi. My girl told me that was the name of the mayor. You mean the mayor? Wait, Shion, you haven't heard? I don't know anything. I just overheard my dad talking about it on the phone again. I realized I shouldn't have said that. Here in Hinamizawa, the things that happened around here at this time, when Oyashiro-sama's curse would reoccur, would be covered up. Yeah, actually last night, after the meeting, he didn't come home, so all of Hinamizawa was confused. They searched all the village, but if they've found him, then I haven't heard. The police should be searching for him as well. Why didn't you tell me about that that important right away? Yeah, exactly. That's very important. Also adds in a minute 30. She shouted angrily at me, bringing all of her emotion to bear. Sorry, I thought you already knew. I didn't want to hide it or anything. The receiver went silent. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Nice coming here for a minute. Bet. Appreciate it. You for pulling up. Obscure, man. Have a great rest of your day, I guess. Did Shion get mad at me and hang up? Hey, Shion, hello? Keiichi. What? What should I do? Shion's tiny, confused voice sounded like it belonged to a different person than the one yelling a few seconds ago. Might come back to the VC. Bet, bro. We're probably going to be doing some shit for Halloween, so if you want to pull up, you can. You know, that's like, you know, probably what's going to go down. So, you know, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do. Either movies or some games. I haven't decided yet. But pull up if you want. What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? Shion hesitated a long while, but then she confessed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide it. It was just that, well, the conversation got turned around and we're on the same side, right? I won't get mad, so tell me honestly. Shion still hesitated for a few moments. Then, in a resigned voice, she continued. Old man Kiyoshi, I told him everything. She's also a rat. No way. Everyone's a rat. What? I guess not everyone, but like us too. Wow. Sheesh. Okay. Shion seemed to think I would yell at her right away after she said that, so I heard her catching her breath. Contrary to what she thought, I was a little relieved. Now you can tell. Now you can tell her. Now you can tell her that you ratted too. Why is everyone ratting, bro? What the fuck? Shion had done the same thing I had when I confessed everything to Rika. I guess, like, the problem here, right? The problem with, like, the people that they ratted to is, I don't know anything about Kimiyoshi, right? But, like, Rika, well, that's her family storehouse, buddy. That's her. This is her shrine. This is basically everything that what they were doing. Like everywhere up in that shrine spot where they were doing all this like festival shit. That belonged to her family. So I mean, it's basically you told a basically unrelated guy compared to Keiichi telling the literal shrine maiden of the fucking of the shrine that you broke into their storehouse and looked around. I guess like the quality of people you spoke to were y'all revealed everything to is on a different level, buddy. Holy shit. And as a gentle voice as I could, so as not to set her off, I responded. Old man Kimiyoshi, he's someone you feel comfortable confiding in, Shion? Yes. He would, when I was little, he was really nice to me. Shion felt the same pain as the rest of us from the mayor's disappearance. She had a different kind of strength from Mion. Why the fuck I gotta watch a minute and a half ad? Twitch. That's why. Twitch. And as she continued, her voice sounded truly sad and pained. All I did was play tricks on him, but he would always just smile. He listened to anything I had to say. He was such a kind person. Calm down, Shion. It's not like he's dead, right? Don't lose heart so easily. Shion didn't answer. Even as I said it myself, I didn't think we'd ever find the missing mayor again. We probably wouldn't even figure out if he was alive or dead. Shion must have been thinking the same thing. So So is he gonna rat? Is he gonna self-confess? Is he gonna confess too? Probably not. That night, I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also, that someone saw us and was out to get us. Does that mean the mayor know how absurdly Takano and Tomitake died? Yes. He knew about it. He knew about it. I told him that they died by Oyashiro-sama's curse and that I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it out straight out. Okay. Right. What then? Old man Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled and told me that if I was properly sorry about it, there was no way I would be demoned away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. Until Shion stopped sobbing, I was unable to find any words for her. I couldn't imagine what kind of person the mayor was, nor what Shion's relationship with him was like. Words of comfort, however, mean as much to us when we're about to be crushed by anxiety. Today, Rika taught me that too. If someone who gave me such a sense of security were to disappear, then I guess what kind of shock Shion was in. It's my fault because I revealed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No, it is my fault. I told him everything. Old man Kiyoshi found out about everything. So he has to have been killed. Yeah, he had to have been killed. It was right after I told him, after all. He disappeared the same night that I confessed, and he told me everything was going to be alright. He found out, so he became involved. I should have never told him. All of this should have just been our fault. Only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have told to anyone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I revealed it. Hey, stop. If they were doing that, then they would obviously have killed you before killing the mayor. The order is all wrong. You or I should have been killed first. Why the hell would someone else got killed first? No, it's in order. They must be planning to kill us last of all. Huh, what? What? They're not killing the first people who come to mind. They start by killing those who were close to it, and then after they've caused us so much pain, then they'll kill us for sure. That must be what they're doing. I said calm down. Shion, you're in shock. You're panicking. The mayor's disappearance has nothing to do with you. It's unconnected. It's unrelated to Takano and Tomitake dying at all, either, okay? My words came out as a scream, as if I were shouting them at myself. No, it is connected. It just has to be. I told him, so he was killed. He got killed because he knew. I confessed it to him, so he got killed. She repeated the same thing as before, as though she was in a delirium. Despite me trying to console the crazed Shion, for some reason, the shadow at my feet began to freeze. From that shadow, a cold arm reached out, so cold that it seemed like it would freeze even my heart just by touching me, and grabbed my ankle. That heat generated by my body, the arm was absorbing it. It was a horrible chill, a freezing cold, numbingly frigid. It was so inviolable, and I don't know, chill of fear. Though I sympathized with Shion, I had been naive in thinking it was something only she had to worry about. In my head, Shion's eerie words repeated again and again. He was killed because I told him. He was killed because he found out. I confessed everything. So he was killed. The words echoed through my head like a monotone mantra. And finally, those even repetitions took on meaning. The quiet shaking that had already overtaken me turned into a violent shiver that shot up my spine. Rika! It's Rika! What? What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. Oh, he confessed! Let's go! Still rat. I told Rika today. Rika, you mean Rika Chama? The one from the Furude Shrine? Yes, Rika! I felt it. I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika. When you did, what did she say? The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika said. And then she smiled. She smiled just as the missing mayor had when he encouraged Shion. I'm sorry, Shion. I'm worried about Rika. Right. If you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Please go find whether she's safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you tomorrow at the same time. When I do, you'll know I'm still alright. I got it. I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry. I'm hanging up. I put down the receiver without waiting for Shion to say goodbye. The danger to Shion and myself was secondary at this point. My sixth sense was blaring alarms in my head. I don't like this feeling. Huh. It's really bad. It's definitely bad. Damn it, please be safe. It's like, didn't she say not to be anywhere alone right now? Rika! It seems like this is probably, yeah, I think this is it. Yo, but yeah, didn't she say not to go anywhere alone? And it seems like it's probably like the middle of the night, bro. Terrible time to be doing anything. In the middle of the night. Alright. Chapter done. My God, bro. Alright, that means I have this chapter has 3 more sub chapters, and then it's over. Hooray!